I found this video on YouTube entitled "Use this video to stop a panic attack," and it has over 1 million views and over 30,000 likes. I showed you a minute of it, but it's a video that goes on for over 5 minutes. It's unsurprising that a video like this has over 1 million views when we learn that according to the Anxiety and Depression Association of America, 18% of US adults suffer from anxiety disorder, and at least 1 in 10 people occasionally experience panic attacks. Our country is not too different. SADAG, South African Depression and Anxiety Group, tells us a similar story. One of the main lines that stands out in their brochure says, "Many South Africans of all races, ages, sex, and cultures can suffer from depression and anxiety. This is not something that we are immune from because of our postal code or our ethnicity. Anxiety can be very real for some of us, but it is important that we recognize it and get it under control before it controls us. Especially now during exam times, we are able to control this." A lot of anxiety starts in our mind and can lead to physical feelings. So we feel afraid or scared, and then our heart begins to race. We might get a pain in our chest where we feel like we're being squeezed tight. We might also experience dizziness, nausea, difficulty breathing, or a tingling sensation, among other things. What all the research says is that although it might feel serious and it might feel like we're even dying, these frightening symptoms are in fact not dangerous or even harmful. When we feel like this, we feel overwhelmed, like a big thing is just washing over us and drowning us. But we must remember that we are beings who are fearfully and wonderfully made, and we have within us all that we need to cope with stress. There are many different helpful tools. We've done a couple during the start of LOCs where we practice mindfulness exercises. You could do that, or you could count backwards from 100 in twos, or take time to smell a flower and really pay attention to all the different details that it has. Another way is to recall a verse with a promise or assurance which can center and still our mind. When we're anxious, it's like our thoughts unravel and they're all this mess bouncing from one side to another. But if we're able to stop it just for a moment, you can start to rein it back in and get it into a more ordered, manageable state. Psalm 107 presents a really beautiful image of God, stilling the storm inside our minds. It says, "Then they cried out to the Lord in their trouble, and He brought them out of their distress. He stilled the storm to a whisper, and the waves of the sea were hushed. They were glad when it grew calm, and He guided them to their desired refuge. Let them give thanks to the Lord for His unfailing love and His wonderful deeds for mankind." That's certainly an image we can hold on to when things feel overwhelming. And there's maybe another verse quite similar to it, which might be more familiar to us and therefore might be easier to remember and recall when it is that we're feeling stressed or need to focus. It's from the beginning of the 23rd Psalm, and it said, The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not be in want. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside quiet waters. He refreshes my soul. He leads me beside quiet waters. Sometimes when I feel overwhelmed or panicked, I imagine sitting alongside a quiet stream and sitting with Jesus. I don't even have to talk to him, but just sit quietly. And as I do that, I feel my soul being refreshed. It's like the anxiety is kind of being washed away from me and taken downstream with the river. Nothing may change with the situation that I'm facing, but I have changed. I am calm, I feel more refreshed, and I realize I'm not alone as I'm led by the Lord, my Lord, the caring shepherd. May that image of being quiet by the water still your heart when you're feeling overwhelmed or stressed and just needing to rein it in and bring yourself back to the center. Amen.